My name is Jordan Freeman. I am 17 years old in grade 12 and I took a grade 11 careers course through virtual high school. My reason for taking the course was so I could evaluate myself and my future to make decisions about my career path. Throughout my life, I've always questioned what I want to be when I grew up, as I am sure everyone does. I was terrified of being that person that spends their life asking that question with no answer. I did not want to be 50 years old, unhappy, and stuck in a job that was not fulfilling or satisfying, but I understand how hard it is to make those decisions. The first step was truly understanding my goals, my values, my skills, my traits, and my personality. All of this so I could narrow down my career search and better myself. Throughout this course, I had the ability to learn these things about myself, dig deeper than I ever have, and discover qualities about myself that I did not realize. It allowed me the ability to create my own personal portfolio, a collection of material that are important to me and reflect how I became to my career choice decision. It is something that I could look back on after the course ends to remind myself on areas I need to improve, areas I excel at, and why I wanted to be a pilot in the first place. Now about myself. I'm Jordan Freeman. I live on 27 Woodhaven Drive. My city's Tillsonburg, Ontario. I go to Glendale High School. I'm 17 years old, and I'm currently in grade 12. My future occupational goal is to become a commercial airline pilot. This evidenced throughout my personal portfolio, which I will illustrate. Now, I'm going to read some of my personal reflections. This one is People, Data, Things, Ideas Summary Chart. This exercise helped me to understand that I wanted to work with people and solve problems. Both things would be fulfilled as a pilot. The career of a pilot would allow me the ability to work with public every day and solve problems such as flight routes, weather planning, and ensuring that all flights were handled appropriately with no issue. This reflection is my top work values. I included my top 10 work values as identified in the course and the ones that are important to me. I identified that my top personal work value included working in a fast-paced environment, having power and authority, security, more fulfillment, and the ability to provide the type of lifestyle that I would like to have. These are all values that are provided by the career choice of an airline pilot. This reflection is the Keirsey Temperament Sorter Summary Chart. I included this scale as it helped to evaluate my personality traits and characteristics which identified me as outgoing. I love helping people, I love problem solving, and I'm very enthusiastic. These are all traits that are important as a pilot. Demonstrating positive attitudes and behaviors, adaptability, responsibility, and the willingness to continuously learn, all very important personal management skills that I'm committed to. This is my career blueprint. I've included my career blueprint because I feel that it breaks down all my skills, values, traits, and beliefs to isolate my best jobs to look at. When I completed my career blueprint at the beginning of the course, I did not identify pilot as being an ideal job to look at, but now, after all the learning I have done in this course with the deep reflections, I see that being a pilot actually fits all these categories for me better than any of the original career choices that I did originally. This personal reflection is the bucket list. I chose to include my top 10 bucket list that I made in my grade 10 travel class. I believe it accurately shows adventurous I am, wanting to visit many places and parts of the world. This is important as an airline pilot, as I believe you have to be willing to travel, adventurous, and adaptable. I will do this by demonstrating positive attitude and behaviors, being responsible, and working safely. This is my career blueprint that I did at the start of the course. Some of my job ideas to look at were vet, police officer, fitness trainer, physical therapist, dog trainer, animator, and film director and editor. My strongest transferable skills were teamwork, organization, adaptability, and leadership. My most important personal values were dedication, caring, commitment, cooperation, belief in others. My strongest job skills were strong work ethic, team player, self-confidence, very good with customers. My strongest career interest areas and clusters: business and marketing, hospitality and tourism, chef and travel agent, law, public safety, corrections, and security, police officer, and detective. Academically, I have done a couple of school assignments that I believe also illustrate my personality and things that I have learned about becoming a leader. My top 10 bucket list shows all the things that I want to do in my life. They're all adventure related and truly things that I want to do. I will not go through each. This fits perfectly into my career choice. So my ultimate bucket list, I had to put the top 10 places that I want to go and travel to, how I will get there, the cost, and just like the plan of being there. So like my first one, I put Nazaré, Portugal. I wanted to go there and I want to surf the big mamba because it's the biggest wave in all of the world. They go up to 100 feet. And then my next one, I wanted to go to Norway. And then something that I wanted to do was stay in the Igloo Hotel. And then I wanted to see the Northern Lights. And then also another one was I wanted to go to Switzerland to try fat biking. And then another one was I wanted to go to the Snowbird in Utah. It's like a very popular ski mountain. And then I wanted to go to LA, go to the Santa Monica Pier, visit Africa, do a safari, and then visit China, go to the Great Wall of China, and then I also wanted to do the Giant Panda Volunteer Program. It's where you like save pandas because they're endangered. And then I wanted to do sandboarding in New Zealand, where you go down a sand mountain on a board. And then, so I think that my top 10 bucket list in my travel class, it shows that I really love traveling and I like experiencing different experiences. And I feel like that's a very important quality of an airline pilot, is you travel every day, you go to new places, and then you stay overnight in a cool place. And I just feel like that's like a very good quality to have. I have also pieces in my portfolio that I have not included. My letters of recommendation, employee evaluations, I have not included them in this presentation as I feel it something that helps me feel more confident with my skills, but the true basis of this presentation is to present my findings about myself, not to read or go over what everyone else thinks. I am most proud of my career blueprint that I created at the beginning of the course, as it allowed me to best understand all of my skills, traits, values, and personalities. I have learned a great deal about myself while completing my personal portfolio. I have actually learned more than I ever thought possible. It will help me gain future employment because I know the direction that I want to take my life to take. I know the steps I need to take to get there, and I know the areas that I feel that I need to excel at and that I need to improve. I felt it was important to use the pieces in my portfolio that illustrated the main areas of improvement that I feel I need to work on. They are stress management and time management. For my stress management, I included this stress management assignment as recently I have had a great deal of personal growth while dealing with a difficult situation regarding baseball. This situation evokes a lot of psychological, emotional, mental, and behavioral signs for me, which I feel have represented my anxiety since I started high school in grade 9. I've used a lot of avoidance techniques, which have resulted in making me feel worse about myself. This is the first situation that I was forced to face, and even though it still scares me, I know that I can overcome it and I feel stronger as a person. This is important to my career choices. I know there will be situations that I will deal with that evoke the same types of responses, and stress will be higher while being responsible for the lives of many people. But I know that I can overcome that, be rational, look at the bigger picture, and make good quality decisions. My top stressors on a rank of 4. Number 1 would be what people think of me. Number 2, sports. My sports performance, especially in a team sport. Number 3, school. Number 4, my future. Stress management. Recently, I had very stressful situations that occurred beyond my control. This is the first year that I have elected to play hardball for the local AAA rep team. I have played rep before, but not with this coach and certain teammates. Typically, I play house league whenever it is my year to play with them. This year, the coach was begging me to play, and my best friend also agreed to play, so I decided to go for it and fear and play. The season began with 2 practices and a tournament. I was really upset and worked up about going to the first practice, but I went, and the tournament was very stressful for me. After the tournament, my best friend decided to quit the team as he did not play. I was upset and angry, but also very stressed, knowing that I lost my one security piece that allowed me the courage to play in the first place. I missed the next game out of fear and was forced by my parents to go to the next game. It was very stressful for me, but I had to face that fear, and I am happy that I went. I experienced many psychological, emotional, mental, behavioral signs. When I found out that my parents were forcing me to go to the game, my heart started pounding. My breathing increased, I started crying and lost my temper, yelling how it wasn't fair and I didn't want the pressure of baseball. It was summer and I just wanted to have fun with the stress. I had not slept or stopped worrying since I found out that my best friend had quit the team. I stopped eating, sleeping, and withdrew from my family because I was very upset. These are all noble things that occur when I experience stress. My first reaction is to avoid the stress, not go to baseball, thinking that it would make it all go away. However, it only creates a new stress as I feel bad about myself. I feel like I have let everyone else down and most importantly myself. I used many stress management strategies to help me overcome my fear. The most important one was to adapt to the stressor and have the ability to look at the big picture. I allowed myself first to get up. I allowed myself to see that the game would only last 2 hours in the long run in a very short period of time. I used many stress management strategies to help me overcome my fear. The most important one was to adapt to the stressor and have the ability to look at the big picture. I allowed myself first to get upset, cry, let the fear out, and then I was able to refocus. Look at the big picture to see that the game would only last 2 hours in the long run, a very short period of time that would pass, and all I could do was my best. That was all anybody was asking of me. I also asked myself, what was the worst that could happen? I could make an error, I could strike out, but it wasn't the end of the world. I would try my best even if those things did happen. I would be okay with that. I then focused on the positive. I was facing a fear. I am a great ball player and they wanted me to play. I knew that I could do it. I knew I could face the fear and be successful, and I even might do something great in the game that would make me feel really, really good. Both of these strategies helped me manage the stress as it forced me to see the problem in a new light, realizing that I could overcome them and they were not that big of a deal. The second strategy that I used was to accept the things that I cannot change. My parents made it clear to me that they were forcing me to play, not because they wanted to upset me or thought it was best for the team. They were making me because they knew it was important to develop my learning and how to get past these stressful situations. They explained that I tend to flee from stress and avoid doing the task, which only brings me short-term relief. They knew that I had to face the fear in order to gain confidence that I could do it and learn different ways of dealing with stress in the future. They knew that I would be okay and I had to just face it. I then realized that it was not going to change their minds, that I had no choice. I had to do it, so I knew it was out of my control. The two strategies that I feel could help me deal with stress that are making time for fun, relaxation, and adopting a healthy lifestyle. Setting time aside of talking with friends, talking to my counselor, or just listening to music that help me in calming down and finding new strategies to deal with these feelings of panic. I also feel it is more important to adopt a healthy lifestyle, exercise regularly, and have a healthy diet will make me not only feel physically stronger, but mentally as well. I plan to use strategy number 3, adapt to the stressor and use it more in my daily life. I feel that there are many things in the world that I will never be able to change, but I can change my attitude towards them. The way that I think about them is what needs to change. Instead of worrying about who I am going to play catch with or who will talk to me in class, I'm going to change the self-dialogue to it will be okay. No matter what happens, I will be okay. I will never get all the answers perfect. I will never bat 1000%. I will miss a fly ball or get tagged out at first. It doesn't matter. What matters is that I try. For one of my negative qualities that I need to work on, another is time management. This was a powerful assignment for me as it helped me identify myself as a terrible planner. It also helped me realize how much I do procrastinate and the direct reflection that has had on my grades. I was able to identify ways to improve on this, such as daily to-do lists, breaking down tasks, ensuring that I complete each part on time so that I am not left with completing all the work at one time. These organizational skills are important as a pilot, since I have learned there is a great deal of planning and organization that goes into every flight. These are things that happen behind the scenes that passengers do not even realize that a pilot is responsible for. Becoming a time management expert assignment. I do believe that everyone procrastinates for many different reasons. For me, I believe I procrastinate because I am underestimating how long a task or project will take. I believe that I can get it done in a short period of time when I begin the task. I realize how long it will take me. The results in me doing a poor job on the assignment because I rushed to get it done. I am not accurately managing my time to complete broken down parts of this project in steps, rather than doing everything at one time. Procrastinating has always left me with the same results, bad grades. Many times I have received a project back with a bad mark, and I recognize that I could have done a lot better. If I would have started the project sooner to get a better mark, the same is true for tests. I can easily recall diagrams, my written notes during tests, so I can rely on my memory to pass classes. However, I am not spending the time studying the actual meaning of the diagrams due to lack of planning and time. Therefore, I lose a lot of marks in essays or short answer questions where I need to elaborate on answers. I have learned that I need to better manage my time, review all the work in detail, better plan out all the tasks and assignments with an estimate on how long each part will take. Better time management would equal better grades. The quiz results labeled me as a terrible planner. I am not surprised by this, as I know that I have terrible time management habits. Seldom, if ever, have I ever planned anything out. I know with certainty that I get everything done, but I do not plan anything out to ensure that I will get it done well. I need to implement a breakdown of tasks and the various parts of each task. I would then be able to book in an hour to complete the first step of the task. This will allow me to evaluate what is required to get the work done and create a schedule for each step to ensure that it is done to the best of my ability. I'm going to start making nightly to-do lists for the next day and review them when I wake up. This will allow me to understand what tasks need to get done, and it will give me a sense of accomplishment once I have them completed and can cross them off my list. I'm going to start using spare free minutes, even if it's only 5 to 10 minutes, to review my work. I used to think that I needed to spend hours doing homework. Anything less than 30 minutes would be enough time. However, I'm going to start trying to do small amounts of time whenever I can. My personal portfolio has helped me determining my action plan. To get my action plan, I had to go through several steps, ranking the occupations, etc. My occupations ranked. I included this assignment as I believe that it helped me to carefully compare and analyze the 3 job choices that I feel I would be interested in: a pilot, police officer, and sports agents. They're all career choices that fit perfectly in my skills, abilities, personality, and values. To comparing them in detail would help me feel confident with my ultimate decision of becoming a pilot. In the end, it revealed that my ultimate career of choice is an airline pilot, as it has matched all my needs and confirmed my decision. I looked at all my grades, the schooling, everything that I needed to do to come up with an action plan. My action plan includes upgrading my grade 11 math to academic, taking grade 12 academic math, graduating with honors, getting my private license, getting my commercial license, and then finally working for a major airline. And then my personal career action plan again. My career action plan helped me to map out my action plan to becoming a commercial airline pilot, which is my goal. I identified what I needed to do and the steps that I would need to take to get it done. The first step is retaking grade 11 math at the university level so that I could get my grade 12 university math. I would then graduate grade 12 to obtain my OSSD with honors, obtain my private license before obtaining my commercial license to eventually get a job with a major airline. It also helped me to understand the financial commitment that it would require and how long it would take me to complete. This helped me to put my goal on paper, make it an action plan so that I could achieve my ultimate goal. I believe I can always expand my personal portfolio and intend to do so after grade 12. It will then become a reference for when I apply for a job, a resource for planning, and a reminder of staying on track. It is an invaluable resource that took me a long time to compile, and I'm proud of each segment that I'm presenting to you today. Throughout this course, I have learned a lot about myself, which will continue to serve me in the future. I have learned my weaknesses and how to improve, and I have learned my career path. Thank you for your time, attention, and support in listening to my presentation of my portfolio project. Giving this presentation helps me to improve my presentation skills, increase my self-awareness, and give a voice to my career path. Thank you.